In this video tutorial, we will be creating an analytic or grid style rubric for use in grading in Desire to Learn. The process of creating the rubric will include setting the criteria and levels, preparing automatic feedback that students will see when receiving the rubric, establishing the overall levels, and publishing the rubric for use in grading. To begin, enter your course, click on Class Tools in the nav bar, and choose Rubrics. Once that opens up, click on the New Rubric button. Start by giving your rubric a descriptive name. For now, you can leave the status as Draft. Later on, when the rubric is ready to use, we will want to come back here and change it to Published. Optionally, you may give your rubric a description. Leave the type of rubric as Analytic. Set the number of levels you'll use. Levels would be things such as excellent, fair, good, poor. Also, set the number of criteria you'll use. This is what you'll be measuring and could include things such as content, organization, use of language. Return to the top of the screen and click on the Levels and Criteria tab, which is where we'll go to edit the levels and criteria. Please note that you are not locked into the number of levels and criteria that you can choose. You can always change those later on. In the upper left corner, you will see a brownish box called Criteria with a triangle drop-down next to it. Click that triangle drop-down and choose Edit Criteria Group. This gives you a quick and easy way to set the names of all of your levels, to set the point value for each of those levels, and to set the names of your criteria. As you can see, I've gone from excellent to poor with descending points, and I've also entered the criteria names of what I am going to evaluate. Then press Save. You'll see that your rubric is now taking shape. The next stage is to enter the description of each level for each criteria. Optionally, when you do this, you may also enter feedback that will be automatically given to the student when you select a criteria. Start by clicking the triangle next to your first criteria to edit that row. Under Description, you'll enter the criteria for grading. For example, what characteristics earn an excellent score in content? What earns good, fair, and poor? Optionally, you can also enter feedback. This feedback will be entered into the feedback field that the student will see when you use the rubric. It also may be edited when grading work. When you have entered all criteria, your rubric is almost complete. All that remains is to set the overall score labels and amounts. Click the drop-down triangle by Overall Score and choose Edit Levels. The overall level is assigned based on how many total points the student scored. You set the level names, choose the point value cutoff, and provide a description and optional feedback for each level. For example, since my rubric is worth 12 points, I have decided to call the range from 11 to 12 points Outstanding Work. Your analytic rubric is now complete. One last step. Return to the Properties tab at the top of the page. Once there, change the status from Draft to Published so the rubric is ready for use. While you're there, you also will want to scroll down to click the Expand Advanced Availability options. Make sure that the boxes for both Competencies and ePortfolio are checked. Save, and your rubric is ready to be attached to a Dropbox, discussion, or quiz.